The stage is set for Wednesday as both the Miami Heat and Los Angeles Lakers have punched their tickets to the 2020 NBA Finals. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Penn State Sports Night. I'm your host, Dugan Lloyd, joined alongside analysts Matt Szczypiorski and Carlos Garcia. Tonight we take a closer look at this storyline-riddled matchup between LeBron James' Lakers and his former squad, the Miami Heat. Despite watching superstars like LeBron James and Jimmy Butler lead their teams to the finals, we tend to see an unsung hero or X factor step up and make sizable contributions to their squad. With defensive focus predominantly on the stars, opportunity presents itself for the rest of the roster. Matt, we'll start with you. Who is going to rise up to the occasion and become the X factor their team needs them to be?
Well, in a series full of so many all-stars, like you mentioned, Dugan, it's going to be first-time all-star Bam Adebayo that I'm going to keep my eye on here. He had a phenomenal Eastern Conference Finals, scored over 20 points in 4 of the 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. He also averaged double-digit rebounds, and he locked up Daniel Tyson, whoever they threw at him in that series. I think that Bam Adebayo, being this guy, is going to be, for the Heat, he's going to be the main guy they're going to focus on defensively because he's going to be matched up with guys like Anthony Davis and JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, who are no slouches in their own right. So I think Bam Adebayo is the X factor more for his defensive presence than his offensive presence.
Yeah, we know LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they're going to carry the workload. They're the reason that this team is in the finals. But I'm looking at the players on the bench, specifically Dwight Howard and Rajon Rondo. They're playing like it's 2010 again. You know, Rondo's the defensive mastermind with his passing and his steals. And Dwight Howard, he's crashing the boards constantly, getting those second chance points for their team. And I'm looking at other guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, maybe even J.R. Smith off the bench. So definitely the X factor is going to be the Lakers bench and who's coming off and who's going to help them give that second push in the second unit.
We'll make sure to keep an eye on all those guys, but Matt, we're going to go back to you for a second. After missing the playoffs last season and then adding Anthony Davis over the offseason, the Lakers now sit just 4 wins away from hoisting the Larry O'Brien. Matt, what does LA need to do specifically to make that happen?
Well, I think for LA to really control this series and really run away with it, they're going to need guys to step up that aren't Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They're going to need guys, like you mentioned, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They're going to need guys that start, like Danny Green, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, that haven't necessarily contributed as much as they should be during this postseason. In Games 5 and 6 of the Western Conference Finals, just 2 players outside of LeBron and AD scored in double digits, and they just can't have that against this Heat team because the Heat, as we know, are going to attack you from every angle. They're going to have every guy on that floor can score at any time, and I think that the Lakers are going to need big-time games from guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Danny Green, both offensively and defensively, as we matched up with Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and Goran Dragic.
We'll keep an eye out for the bench, but Carlos, we're going to throw it over to you. After an improbable playoff run for Miami, they now have the opportunity to become the first 5 seed to win an NBA championship. What needs to happen for the Heat to make this pipe dream a reality?
They need to limit the three-point shooting by the Lakers. I mean, you have guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Danny Green, the sharpshooter, J.R. Smith. They need to limit that three-pointer. Danny Green is shooting 36% from 3 in the playoffs. And Anthony Davis, the Lakers starting center, is shooting the same amount of percentage. If the Miami Heat want to win, they need Danny Green to shoot less than that. I mean, he's shooting against the same percentage as a center in the NBA. I mean, I know the NBA has changed, but a shooting guard whose career is known for being a sharpshooter, he shouldn't be shooting the same percentage as a center. And also you have guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. KCP is just shooting 2 3-point attempts per game in the playoffs. If Miami wants to win, they're going to have to keep that number at that or even make his shot attempts go lower than that because this Lakers team, they're going to eat up the boards. I mean, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Anthony Davis, LeBron, they're going to have their way in the paint. And that's going to leave, Miami's going to double team and throw guys in the paint and stop that offense inside. And it's going to leave a ton of opportunity presented itself in three-point range. So if Miami wants to win, they're going to have to stop that three-point shooting.
All right, we've picked this series apart enough for one night. Guys, who wins it all and why?
Well, I'm going to take the Lakers in 6 games. I think it's going to be a really tight series, but at the end of the day, LeBron James and Anthony Davis is just going to be too much for the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat have those great role players, but they don't have the stars that like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Jimmy Butler's great, but he's no LeBron and AD. Also, you know, with all the adversity that the Lakers have gone through this year with Kobe Bryant's death, I think that the Lakers are just too motivated right now to lose this series. And, you know, they've been quoting Kobe Bryant ever since they won the Western Conference Finals, saying the job's not finished. And in that ode to Kobe, I just don't think they can lose. And also, if they wear those black jerseys, they're not losing.
Yeah, I mean, I got to represent. I'm from Miami, my hometown team, but like you, I got to take Lakers in 6. I mean, I think Miami, this team matches up really nice against the Lakers. I think they can maybe sneak 2 games under their belt. But LeBron in year 17, he's doing things that we've never seen from anyone at this age. I mean, he's got a chip on his shoulder. There's people saying that he's not the GOAT, he's not there yet. And I think with all he's done, been recruiting AD to LA and this whole dynamic of the team, I think they run away with their first championship since 2010. And I just take the Lakers in 6.
Well, there you have it. We'll keep a close eye on this high-stakes series. For everything NBA, stay tuned in to your friends at Penn State Sports Night. For Matt Szczypiorski and Carlos Garcia, I'm Dugan Lloyd. Stay classy, State College.
Thank you for watching our latest edition of Penn State Sports Night. If you're a fan of our content, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more clips. Also follow us on Twitter at PSSN TV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with the action. For all my colleagues, we are Penn State Sports Night.